Alright guys, hello and welcome to the next segment of my How to Ride a Motorcycle video series. In this segment, we will be going over the basics of how to shift gears from a stationary position only. And I'm doing this so you guys can get the motion down and master that and know what you actually have to do before you get out on the road itself. So we're just gonna jump right into it today. So when you go to shift gears, let me get on the bike first. Okay, so when you go to shift gears, let's say I'm just riding down the road and I realize that it's time to shift. So you have to kind of do three things in very quick succession, almost simultaneously, but you'll learn that there's a very small amount of time between each. So the three steps of what you want to do to shift gears. So first of all, with your right hand, you're going to want to roll off the throttle. So you're just want to tilt your right hand forward. Okay, so that's step one. Step two is you're going to want to pull in the clutch all the way with your left hand. So just pull the clutch in with your left hand. And then part three is you're going to want to see the gear shifter down there. What you're going to want to do is you probably won't be able to see it because of my knee, but you're just going to want to kick up or down on the gear shifter with your left foot. So you'll kind of get your foot in here, pretending this is my foot. You'll get your foot in here and then apply pressure with the front and kick up. So those are the three steps. So let's say that we're going down the road and I realize I need to shift. Okay, so in very quick succession, I'm going to roll off the throttle, pull in the clutch, and then kick up on the gear shifter down there with my left foot. And then if you need to shift down, you kick down. So that's the basic motion. Just a quick little review. So we're going to roll off the throttle with our right hand, pull in the clutch with our left hand, and then shift with our left foot. So if you watch a later video, you'll see me actually shifting gears on the road, and you'll see what it's actually like. But I just wanted to give you a breakdown of the actual motion, so you have an idea of what it takes to shift gears. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Hello and welcome guys to the next segment of my How to Ride a Motorcycle video series. In this segment we will be going over how to shift gears and also when to shift gears while riding a motorcycle. So if you already watched my stationary gears video, you should know the basic motions of how to shift gears, which, just in case any of you guys forgot, it is pull in the clutch, roll off the throttle, click up or down on the gear shifter with your left foot, depending on if you're shifting up or shifting down. So you already know how to do that. And that's perhaps one of the most important parts, because if you don't know how to do that, you obviously can't shift gears. So the next part that you'll need to understand is when to shift. So I'm going to talk about when to shift when you're accelerating and you need to go faster first. Okay, so let's say that I'm going out on the road and I'm in first gear and I realize, oh, it's time to shift into second. The bike is working too hard and I need to go a little bit faster. So for me, at least, when I shift, I usually shift between the 6,000 and 8,000 RPM marks right here on my tachometer. And I also listen to the actual sound that the engine is making. If you hear that it's starting to whine or it's almost like screaming, then you know that it's basically telling you, okay, buddy, I'm working too hard. Can you please shift me into a higher gear so I can calm down a little bit? So it sounds kind of funny, but that's the way that I usually think about it. So in a minute here, I'll actually get going out on the road and I will demonstrate the upshifting part and when to know how to shift based on either the tachometer right here or if you guys can hear my exhaust. So yeah, I think we're ready to do that. So let's get the bike turned on first. Okay, so we're in first gear and we're ready to go. So let's get going here. So when it comes to shifting gears, I think that everyone shifts at a different point. It also depends on the bike and ultimately what their overall comfort level is. You know, when they like to shift, where the bike is most comfortable at. So honestly, it all depends on what type of rider you are and what type of bike you have. So I haven't shifted yet. I'm still in first. I'm still in my neighborhood. So let's stop at this nice stop sign. Let's let these cars go. I'm going to be following the white truck, and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm still in first gear. I'm still in first, and I don't know if you can see the RPMs, but I'm starting to creep up into that 6,000 to 8,000 range. So after this turn, I'm going to show you a textbook upshift. Okay, so I'm going along. I realize I'm not even going the speed limit, so I need to go a little bit faster. So in a second, I'm going to give it more throttle to go faster, and then I'm going to pull in the clutch with my left hand. I'm going to roll off the throttle with my right hand and click up on the gear shifter with my left foot all simultaneously. Okay, you guys ready? Ready, set, here we go. And that was an upshift. Now, if you could see the RPMs on my bike, you'd see that they dropped. That means the engine isn't turning as fast because I'm in a higher gear. And that's just overall good for the bike. It'll probably save you gas, and it'll just use less wear on the engine. And ultimately, you need to shift gears to go faster. So let's say that I want to go even a little bit quicker. So right now I'm in second gear, and in the second here I will shift up into third gear using the same technique. You use the same motion to shift up into any gear, whether it be first to second, second to third, and then all the way up to sixth gear. Okay, so in a second right here, I'm gonna do the same thing. All right, ready, set, watch my hands. See, now I'm in third gear. Now, I don't know if you can hear the exhaust over my voice or the wind, but it got quieter. That's because the engine isn't screaming as loudly because it's simply not working as hard. So if the engine sounds comfortable and your RPMs aren't too high, then you know that you're in the right gear for that speed. And honestly, that's one of the toughest things to know about riding a bike, is knowing based on what speed you're going, what gear you should be in. Now again, that kind of varies on the bike that you have, where it's comfortable in the RPM range, as I said. So I'm sure that a lot of you will just learn this and get a little more comfortable with it based on your own bike. Okay, so that was the basics of upshifting, and I know that in a second or two here, maybe a little bit longer than a second or two, in a minute or two, I'll be coming to area of this road where I'm going to have to slow down. And when I slow down, I'll be going a speed that I don't really need to be in such a big gear as third. So I'm going to shift down. Now downshifting, it's the same motion. You're going to want to pull in the clutch, roll off the throttle, and then click down on the gear shifter. So I'm coming to a turn, I'm going to get through this turn, and then I have a tight turn coming up. So watch, I'm going to do a simple downshift into second gear. Okay, so I just did the downshift. I did the same motion. I pulled in the clutch with my left hand, I rolled off the throttle with my right hand, and I clicked down on the gear shifter to shift down with my left foot. Now, if you were watching closely, you'll know that the bike kind of jolted me forward a little bit. You know, that's perfectly normal. That's nothing to get alarmed at. That's how you know that the bike is slowing itself down. And it's going to jolt you forward a little bit because of it's simply adjusting to the speed. So now I'm in second. I'm coming up to a stop sign. So I'm going to pull in the clutch off the gas and shift down into first, and then use my right hand and my right foot to brake. So now I've come to a stop. I'm going to let this big red dump truck pass me, and then I'm going to turn left. Alright, so now, alright, watch this. Upshift. Upshift. So that was just two very quick upshifts because I needed to get up to speed on this road where the speed limit was higher. So that right there was an example of, you know, how to shift gears quickly, not just one and then a couple minutes later, oh, yeah, I guess I can shift again. So that was like just very, very quick, one after another. So honestly, even though it sounds like you have to do a lot, you're moving almost every part of your body at once, shifting, you know, eventually just becomes so natural. And you know, and then even after you begin riding for a while, you don't even have to look down at your RPMs to see if you're in a good range. Then you can just listen to the exhaust note of your bike, and then you'll know. So, alright guys, I'm gonna ride on this nice day for a little bit longer, and I will catch you in the next video.